Can you imagine getting the worst beating of your life on your birthday? How? Oh, I'm like, Lenda BCP and I say US. Oh, and how? Hi guys, my name is Amahle Ngovo if you're new to the channel, and if you're not new, welcome back baby. Today I'm finally doing the sit down, and I'd like to say thank you to everyone who actually participated in the poll that I did on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, now you know what to do. Like, we coexist. So yeah, I was gonna do it's either a Q&A or a story time, but obviously you guys voted for a story time. Yeah, and I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm hoping it goes well. I've been procrastinating this video for some time now, and like, yeah, let's do this. Okay, before we continue, I'd also like to apologize again for the delay. I know this video was supposed to be up last week, but it kept on delaying and delaying and delaying. I think 2 days ago I tried doing this video and my hair looked like this. I was like, child. So today, even though there's a bit of shrinkage because I recently washed it, I'm still happy. Today's drink, I'm having coffee. If you don't know, I love coffee by now. Like, side eye, my nigga. Side eye. But yes, as you can see by the title of this video, today's story time is about the first time my mother actually found out I was dating. 16-year-old me is looking at me like this, that I'm actually talking about this, and I'm sure I'm gonna laugh in between because what okay, so are you all straight? Are you all straight? Yeah, I think we're good now. So okay, it was my birthday. Yo, can you imagine getting the worst beating of your life on your birthday? How? So it was my birthday, and what? Okay, I have a feeling you're not straight, and I'm gonna get irritated when I start editing it. Okay, so it was my birthday, and my friends and I decided at that time my relationship was new, and you know, recently my mother and I were actually talking about this, but at that time I wasn't in a relationship for me to actually confess anything. And if you know anything about black parents, when conversations like this happen, you don't know if it's a trap or they're trying to dig something out of you, or it's literally a safe space. So at that time I didn't know if it was a safe space or a trap, but still, I didn't have no boyfriend to actually it was the 9th of January, and my friends and I decided, okay, let's go out. It was, I'm not gonna name anyone. This is definitely not straight. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna name anyone, but I think it was 2 of my friends. Yeah, it was 2 of my friends that decided on, no, let's go out. I decided, no, let's go out. And yeah, we went out, went to Suncoast. My birthday obviously is before we opened for school, and that day I think we opened on the 13th. I remember it is an ex-friend of mine's birthday, so I think that's when we opened. Oh. Then okay, fine, we go out. Now the plan was initially that I'm gonna go out with my friends, then later on the day I'm gonna see my boyfriend and then come back home. Simple, right? Okay, so fine, we go out, we have a nice time, and I was wearing a very short dress because I mean it's summer, and yeah, I was wearing a very short dress, a white dress. Till this day, when my older sister looks at that dress, she always says it dress from slab, meaning like that dress, like, I don't know how to explain it in English, but that those that get it. But anyways, so we have fun, take pictures, and then my friends go. This is when it all went sideways. My friends go. My first friend leaves early. I think she had somewhere to be. And I stay with my or did they go together? I'm not sure, but moral of the story is they went. My mother had both of their parents' numbers, and it wasn't a big deal because I had communicated with my mom. My mom and I communicate a lot. Just at the time, the boyfriend issue was an issue, so I wasn't ready for actually talking about that with her, but I was approaching it. She just needed to give me time. So fine, we have fun, and now It's around 6 p.m. and it's starting to get nice. We still at Suncoast. Fine. We decide what are we gonna do. I don't remember. I don't think we watched a movie that day, but we ate. We went and walked around town. If you know Suncoast, Suncoast is a very. You're not in Durban and you come to Durban and you want to go on a date, go to Suncoast. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyways, I see the time now. It's around 8, 9ish, and at that time I was in matric. That was my matric year, 2020 COVID year. And no, I will not forgive COVID for not giving me a matric dance. But anyways, so at that time my mother was cool with me coming back late in the house as long as I communicated. Manje, girl is having too much fun to communicate. Okay, fine. My mother asks me, how's the night going? I'm like, good. And she's like, okay, cool. And then she lets me be. Okay, fine. My sister was in the US. One sister of mine was in the US, but the other sister of mine was at my granny's house, where that day my mother was, and I was gonna come back to my granny's house. You understand why I needed to mention this later in the story. Okay, fine. So we go on, and I'm seeing what's no man, it's getting a bit late, but I walked in later in the house and my mother did not have a problem. Now, I was not a problematic child, I'd like to think, because like I just didn't, like, most of the time I was in school. During my weekends I had extra lessons, so when I had time to go out, I went out freely. So, and my mother didn't have a problem because she understood that I kept my balance in things, so she had no problem with that, and it wasn't like I was doing anything outrageous. So anyways, he's like, the guy, what are you gonna call the guy? The people that know are looking at me like this right now. Tom. So Tom asks me, do you want to go or do you want to stay? I'm like, I think I want to stay, because literally that was one of the best birthdays I've had. Everything, I tell you. Was I 16 or 17? My matric? 17. Yeah. Yes, that was the second best birthday that I had. Because, I mean, it was so chilled. I got to spend time with my boyfriend and Nj. Everything was aligning. So we go to the beach, and from Suncoast to Suncoast is right by the beach. So it wasn't like a long distance, but we didn't go to that Suncoast beach. We went to another beach which was close, which was also close. So we took a walk, and we had fun. So we come back in the car, and I'm chilling now. I'm like, and then so I get a call. No, first I get a call from my brother, and he's like, oh yeah, I get a call from my brother. He's like, this is my cousin, but he's like, where are you? Stop, don't be stupid. he's always like, he talks like that, really. So he's like, where are you? Don't be stupid. So I'm like, oh, I'm out. He's like, hey, your mother's mad here. Come. And like, with my sisters and I'm the one child that does not get a hiding, because I did not do anything wrong. So it didn't even cross my mind that she was gonna hit me. She's like, your mother's mad. I'm like, mad at what? Because I've walked in later in the house, but she's like, and then he's like, I don't know, but come home. Oh, okay. So, okay, now I know, okay, it's a bit tense, but I don't know how tense it is. Okay, fine. My mother calls me. I'm like, should I answer? One thing about me, if I have a bad feeling about the call, I will not answer. Shame. I will not answer till this day. I don't know why I have this habit, and it needs to stop, because. So, anyways, I answer. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at Sunco. She's like, with who? I'm like, with who? I mean, you know this. So I stutter a bit, because what you mean with who? We both know with who. And then she's like, I just called this friend of yours. We'll say V. I just called V, and she just told me she's at home. So in my head, I'm like, this girl would not have sold me out like that What did she say? Like, then she's like, amahle buya manje. Yo, I'm like, that tone says everything. So then I call V, and I'm like, V, what did you say to my mother? Because, and then she's like, so my other friend, that one did not answer my mother's call, and it was that simple. Don't answer. This girl, she's like, no, I tried saying this and that, but she called my granny and just a lot. And I'm like, okay, fine, that has happened. All I'm asking of you now, don't answer any calls from her, because I'm going to communicate, and whatever I say, I want to stick to it. So if you meddle, please, because I was just going to say that V left early and I'm with that other friend. So then I'm like, you know what, it's fine. I hang up the call. I'm like, you know what, let's go. It doesn't end there. So my boyfriend gets in the car. No, we're already in the car. So now we just going as fast as we can. Tell you, I've never been in a car that drove that fast. And at my normal self, I would not have allowed that, because it was so unsafe. But I just had to be at home. I get a call. I think we were on the freeway at that time. My sister, the one who was in the US at that time, she's like, bruh, get home. Ma's going crazy right now. Yo, I'm like, Lenda BCP and I say US. Yo, and now I'm like going crazy, I tell you. So now she keeps on calling me and calling me and calling me after like every 2 minutes to say, get home, bruh. Yo, get a phone call from one of my neighbors from my granny's house. She's like, bruh, your mother just came knocking and looking for you here. I'm like, this woman could not embarrass me anymore right now. Yo, so I'm like, should I go to V's house and try to get her to explain what happened so my mother actually believes me? Or should I just go home straight? Okay, fine. So I'm like, you know what, let me just go to V's house and get her so she can say that she left early. Worst mistake of my life. Okay, not worst. This whole situation was the worst. Okay, fine. So she gets in the car. She's already in her PJs. Silly me is not even considering that. And we go, like, the drive from my friend's house, that friend that we picked up, to home was like less than 5 minutes, so it's not that deep. We go home and already my friend's granny is shouting at me. She's like, what happened, Amatli? You know, but not the serious shouting. It's just like, why are you upsetting your mom? And my mom and her granny were friends, so yeah. And then, okay, fine. We get to the place. Okay, I'm saying the place. We get to my granny's house. So I'm like, I'm gonna get a hiding. And keep in mind, I was wearing a short thing. I said earlier that I was wearing a very short dress. I get in the house. I knock. She's not there. Yeah. So I go. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was she not screaming everywhere? Now in my head, and she was saying some very mean stuff. The mean stuff black parents say when they're angry is another conversation. But anyway, she was saying so many rude stuff. And I'm like, you don't even know what I'm doing that you're suspecting the worst of me at this point. Yo, she goes screaming. So I go following her. Okay, fine, I don't find her, come back. Did she not lock me outside the house? So what I do, I calmly I tell my friend, nope, she can go. Now my friend doesn't want to leave me in this situation because she doesn't know how bad it's gonna get. But in my head, my granny's in that house and she's gonna speak for me. She's gonna be on my side no matter what. I knock on my sister's window. After knocking on my sister's window, I just give her the food because I had lots of food. I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, I had a good day. I don't regret anything, and I'm still gonna eat nice food after all of this, so it's fine. I give her the food and I'm just ready that I'm gonna get the beating of my life, and it's okay. And it's okay. She had this this leather belt that she used to hit everyone with. So I'm like, okay, finally I get a taste of this belt. That's fine. But we were in the process of moving at that time. So the stress was not only about me disappearing, it was also about moving, which I hated at the time, that she took out so much stress on me because it was a very stressful process for her. And we were moving from the friend that I just mentioned's neighborhood, the friend that sold me out's neighborhood, to like a totally different area. And it was draining and stressful, and already we were at my granny's house, which was like also crowded. So she's also trying to prove, I feel at that point I felt that she was also trying to prove that I'm not that parent that's just gonna allow any child to do this to me. So yeah. And then so my granny's like pleading her, no, you need to let Umangomane come in. That's what my granny used to call me. You need to let her in. And my heart is beating. No, at that point my heart wasn't beating fast. Oh, she comes out. Oh, she's looking for something to hit. Did she not she was looking for something to hit me with. Did she not grab the broomstick, and not the one you use to clean indoors, the one for outside, and the brown thick one? In my head I'm like, is that gonna be hitting me? Now I was fuming. The main reason why I was fuming at that time was she told me at that conversation that we had a couple of weeks ago. She had told me, no, it's okay to date. I understand that right now you're at a stage that you're gonna be developing feelings for any guy, for guys, and that talk. So I was like, now I was with a boy, that for sure. So why are you hitting me? Because you just told me it was okay. Now, any way to rescue yourself from my mom is crying. So if you don't cry, don't be, meaning like my parents will say, my mother will say, oh, so you don't be, meaning, oh, you're too big now, like to get out. And the tears could not come out. So I'm like, as she hits me, I feel it on my skin. And the shirt, the dress I was wearing was a shirty material. It was a shirt material. So I felt everything. And I'm just thinking, this woman. At that time, I could have packed my things and left at that time and never came back, because I'm not even, like, if I had to go to my Google Drive, surely there are pictures right now, but I'm not trying to get my mom arrested because it's time for some this. But at that time, when your parents hitting you at that time, you hate them with everything in you, and it's like, you're doing that to me. And fine, I had the worst beating at that time. I'm talking, I had like thick red lines all over my body. The only place that I was actually dodging was my face. Only because I knew school, that's not the only reason. Obviously you have to protect the face. But also I knew school was opening in just a few days, and the questions already I'd be getting, I know at least I can wear a jersey and stockings. She hit me and she hit me and she hit me. Then continued to lock the door. Now she's getting irritated that I'm not crying. She's saying all the mean things that I can't even think of right now. My heart is breaking at the words she's saying to me. And then she's like, stay outside or go back to that man. Says, Mavi, sorry. She's like, okay, I don't like swearing, so I can't say that. But the F word, she says F you. Like to her face like this. I was like, the way that moment was funny. I laughed so hard about it after. Then she continued to lock me outside the door. Now, I wasn't saying anything, so like no one could hear anything from me, but everyone could hear my mom. She was saying everything, like the way the neighbors were surely listening. And you know what, I honestly didn't care. It only hit me, I think early this year that I bought. So many people must have heard my mom, because I just didn't care. Like I don't care. I just don't care. And I visit my granny a lot, so you think I'd care, but okay, they got some entertainment for the night, so that's that. Even my brother's friend was in the house. And when he was teaching me, like months down the line, some maths things, he was like, I heard your mother. I was like, hey guy, don't even mention that to me. So anyways, she continued to lock me outside the house. Now I'm trying to know what's gonna happen. Am I gonna go sleep in my, because my brother has an outside building, am I gonna go sleep there with him or what? Because obviously I'm not gonna sleep outside. So I continue waiting for just a bit, and then my granny forces my mom to open the door. Then she opens the door. Oh, she's blabbing and blabbing and blabbing and blabbing, saying a whole bunch of stuff. Like at this time, it was like at that time I felt as if it was like a broken record, because come on, stop repeating the same old thing. And most of the stuff that she's saying, she's assuming that I was doing is not even true, because I was just chilling on the beach and it wasn't that deep. And she thought, oh, I'm like 9 months later, I'm coming with a baby or something, which like that mentality from black parents, come on. And I understand shame when that mentality arises, because the money pregnancy rate in in South Africa is really bad. So okay, I understand that part. But anyways, I come in and then she shouts at me. She she says a whole bunch of stuff. She even drags my big sister into it. I don't even know what she said to her about the situation. And my sister got irritated because why are you bringing her into the situation? But anyways, after that, before I got in, what I did first was delete every conversation of, like, I deleted my boyfriend's number. Because I didn't want to. I don't know how she found the name out, because I'll tell you why. I deleted everything, and then when I got in, she took my phone. That already I expected. But the one thing I knew could not happen was her taking it permanently. So then after that, I don't remember. Yeah, she took my phone. So, okay, fine, okay. I was relaxed about. I was like, okay, cool. And I gave her. I went to go sleep after that. My body was aching. It felt like every inch of my body was doing this. It was throbbing. And then after that, I slept that night, and my sister I slept with the auntie that like used to help there, and like, cause I just didn't want to see family. And as I was sleeping, she calls me, and I was about to sleep, honestly, because I was exhausted. And she calls me to like sit down, and she shouts at me more. At this point, nothing was coming in, and my granny is like, no, she acknowledges the mistake she has made. Let the child sleep. So I'm like, let the child sleep, big girl. So then I went to go sleep. The next morning, it was like nothing happened. Did we talk about it again? No. Okay, at that week, like during that week, she came to me, and then I don't know what she asked for. She asked if I had 100 rand on me, and she was gonna give me, like, after she returned from where she was coming from. And it was that. I woke up, we laughed about it, my sister and I laughed about it. She was like, why aren't you crying? I'm like, I could not, to save my life. But that actually, I'm very much grateful for that night. I don't regret anything about that night, because she found out that it was a no. At that time, she still wasn't sure. For like a month, she still wasn't sure. But because that guy and I was in a like serious relationship, he kept on coming to, even when we like officially moved on into the new house, which is this house. He came regularly to like check on me. He obviously when I come back, not obviously as if everyone does this, but they are, when he buys me snacks, when he gets me stuff, obviously I'll share with everyone. So my mom knew, ain't no way. And he was also very thoughtful in buying my mother's stuff. I don't know why, like till this day they have a very close relationship, even though still not together. But yeah, she only found out months later. When she tried to hit me again, I was like, no, baby girl. If you keep on doing this, communication between you and I is going to be literally zero. And yeah, she understood that. So yeah, that's how my mother thingy found out that I was dating. And if you're a person that's still hiding your relationship from your mom, which I have a lot of friends that do, come clean. I'm not saying they're gonna hit you, because not every parent's like that. But it opened a huge pathway to, like, I can't describe this properly, but you know, it's so nice to have a relationship with your mother about everything. Nothing is limiting. Okay, my phone is already giving me storage problems, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. Yeah, so it opened a huge communication pathway between my mother and I. Till this day, I feel very comfortable talking about anything. Some things, yes, I refrain from telling her because to avoid her stressing. But yeah, that was the first and last time that my mother gave me a beating so badly. Like, the last time I got a beating was in grade 4 before that, and it was because of technology, NS and tech. So yeah, and as like, I feel as if the youth, we give each other such bad advices. Not that everyone, I get that, and it's not bad advice, it's just that due to lack of experience, we'll only say the surface of what we actually need to say. And if an adult is giving you advice, you get to actually know that no, they've been through it. So yeah, they truly know best. I know Bakambama. So thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed by now, don't you feel sorry for me that my mother beat me up by expressing your feelings? Sorry. Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe, and I expect you to be liking that video. Yeah, tell me if you guys appreciate more story times. I have a lot of stories, obviously, but obviously this is my first one, and I want to know. I want to see I want to see how this one goes, and if so, and I'm gonna be dishing out everything to you. And guys, you'll notice that when someone says no to something, you just want it so badly. You just want it so badly. Because when she said no date, like no, like she didn't want, she said I must end that relationship. I said no in my head. And we lasted for 2 years and some months. So, I mean, the key is for someone to say no and this will last the relationship. Yeah, if you get it, yeah. And the reason why, if I ask my mother today, would say why she hit me so badly after saying I could date, she says that she was not irritated at the point that I was dating. She was irritated at that, what, I lied. And honestly, I hate lies, so I get it.